Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ball Chat Off the Field. My name is Benton. It's a great afternoon, great evening in the air. It's a wonderful pleasure to have Mr. Maliek Howell of Las Vegas Lights FC joining us on Off the Field. Maliek, how you doing, family?
Hey Benton, I'm doing good.
Yeah man. How are things out in Vegas? Well, I've noticed in Vegas, I've been through that city a few times. The weather sometimes is pretty hot.
Yes, right now it's like 100 degrees, 1 to 110, so anywhere around there. It's not welcoming, but you just have to deal with it. It is what it is.
And just kind of on the side discussion, in such conditions, how you prepare? I know you guys have a game coming up this weekend. You guys have played 13 games so far in the USSL season, of course, practice. In such conditions, how do you keep yourself ready and prepare for game day and practice itself?
As you know, the coaches take into consideration the heat and everything. So, basically, the training session now that it's getting hotter.
Yeah.
The heat is rising. The training session minimizes. So we don't usually, it's sometimes 1 hour and a half. But no, before it was 1 hour and a half, before it was the heat was at stake. Now it's like 35 to 50 minutes long. But on certain days, like today was an intense day. So if we have a game, the next day is off, come back Monday, it's kind of like then we get into it like it's more a longer session.
Okay.
So it depends on the game, but the sessions are not as long anymore. Probably twice a week we get a really intense session, but nothing that will fatigue the body because of the heat already causing that.
Yeah, big up. All right, great to know and glad to know that you guys are taking care of yourself. I know that with the heat and all that stuff, it's difficult conditions out in Vegas this time of year when the temperature turn up, and it will get worse as we go through into the summer, so you don't know how you go. But speaking of you, Maliek, the man's a star boy. I mean, you came through the JC team that did so well in Manning Cup, won so many titles. I saw an interview with you on the magnificent, the man, the general himself, Lance Whitaker, on Sports Max, and everyone on that panel spoke about that team's success. How has it been to then transition from such success at youth or schoolboy level to now trying to figure out things at the professional ranks?
What you get to realize after certain years is that, like, before the level that you were amongst, it wasn't really as high. So as you get into the professional world, you start realizing that you have 11 games. It's 11 games of quality players that's trying to even go to a higher level. So it's a lot of demands, and you're going up against like more top quality players, not disregarding players in Jamaica. But you start realizing like a game in high school where you play only a Kingston College versus a Jamaica College, where you have a really, really challenging game. Some schools now developing stats on them. And in the first round, you'd have like a Papine or a Sten catching where the players aren't that challenging. So you could maneuver them. You could, with your ability alone and experience and confidence and just ability, you just run over teams just like that. But here in the professional level, it doesn't work like that. Like you're going up against guys that's technical, smart, not gonna be giving you that easy walk in the park to go and score a goal, or keepers making easy goal score. It's not gonna be like that in the professional level. Everybody's competing, everybody is getting paid. So it's a different type of atmosphere, and it's a different level of competitiveness week in, week out compared to playing in high school football.
Yeah. So and I guess one of the big thing is that you're one of the fortunate ones to to actually is doing this thing as a professional. You know, statistically, a lot of kids starts out want to play professional sport in some aspects, right? But very few percentage-wise make it. You're one of those that has then transitioned to the professional ranks. You play right back. Have you been able to ever consider going further up the field? I mean, you're pretty aggressive about overlapping and giving support to the attacking wingers. Have you ever considered being a winger or essentially playing other parts of that defense also? How versatile is your game? If someone
To be
is not
honest,
familiar with Maliek Howell.
yeah, to be honest, a lot of people, I left Jamaica in 2018. I never forgot, I left winning the Elite League, Kingston. I won both years, and the day before I left, I won the trophy, and then I left June the first in New Mexico. What I would say is, like, a lot of people probably forget about me, and I've evolved. I'm a different player now. I'm still overlapping attacking, still aggressive in the attack. But now I've grown physically, I've grown mentally, and I've also grown in height. So I was taking into consideration I'm starting to play centre back because of my height and my speed and my ability to break lines and my ability to read the game, stuff like that. So now in the professional level, I'll be both playing centre back mostly now. I think I'm very comfortable playing centre back because right now I'm very good on the ball. I'm very good at starting to play because that's key right now in football. And a lot of people don't know that. Like playing right back, it's good and stuff like that. But now I'm starting to realize and finding myself I'm a guy that likes to be on the ball. I like to play. I like to dictate the play. So now playing centre back, I think it's showing a different quality in me, a different character. And a lot of people don't know that I'm playing centre back right now.
Yeah, good.
So currently, taking into consideration what you said about playing winger, yes, I could still go and play wing. I could play wing. I can play anywhere on the field, to be honest, because I have the speed, I have the willingness to learn, I have the coaching. I'm very coachable.
Yeah.
It's not as difficult as people think. Playing certain position, it's just doing the simple thing. Like if you're a winger, the getting down there, are you good 1v1? Are you getting crosses in? You're playing right back, are you overlapping? Are you creating a 2v1? Are you strong defensively? You're playing centre back, can you defend properly? Can you break lines? Can you start the first play for the team to create the chance to attack? It's just a simple thing, but growing up, you think it's so complicated and stuff like that, but it's actually not. So, of course, I'm versatile to play anywhere. But right
Yeah.
now, I'm currently playing centre back and I'm still a right back. But now I'm leaning towards centre back because I've grown in height and physically, I've grown a lot.
Big ups, big ups. You played college football or college soccer is what they call it here, but of course you know what I talk about. Missoula, was it New Mexico, North New Mexico, and Memphis. How was that transition to the college ranks from for you playing at different colleges and adjusting to different coaches and different NC2A type of football is that you have multiple subs. How was that like in the situation a man can sub in and sub out sort of foolishness sometimes?
That was the thing. That was one of the big factors with me when I first came to America. I knew about all those factors because playing Manning Cup, it's more realistic like the real world football. But when you came to college, you realize the subbing and sub out thing can be a factor where you're playing 90 minutes and this guy's playing 20 minutes. But now, as the college soccer progress, I think they're starting to lean towards that's not going to happen this season. But when I was playing and when I started with New Mexico, the program got cut, so I didn't play at New Mexico. I went to Memphis, and then I left from Memphis and I went to a college called Missouri State. For me, it was very challenging in a sense where you're playing 90 minutes, as I said, and if I was going up against a team like University of Central Florida, SMU, South Methodist, South Florida, sometimes some ranked school like Xavier and them, it wouldn't be fair for me because my school wasn't one of the strongest. The school I went to, Memphis, it was one of the strongest, and that was because of New Mexico got cut, And that was the only option I had at the time because it was too late for me going to another big school because those schools already filled their spot. So I was in an unfortunate situation. So going to a school like that, where it's like you don't have it's not a lot of guys on the roster. Because like if you go to, like I'm saying, you're playing against a top school, a Central Florida, they're at top 10. They take out a winger, they put in another winger. It's like you're going up against a Tariq McGee and they're bringing in a next Tariq McGee and they're subbing back out and they bring Tariq McGee again in. Some players say it kills their momentum, but for you as a player that's playing 90 minutes and they're constantly bringing in a fresh guy, it's like you're at a disadvantage, but you just have to deal with it. And that's the difference when you're at a lower school compared to a top school and not having that roster with a lot of ability to go up against those opponents. Also, playing at those schools, you're starting to realize certain things. Like I used to go to Jamaica College. I would tell my friends, like when I went to the university in Memphis, I was at a team where they didn't possess the ball. So for 2 years straight, I was at a team where it was like, you have the English League, Manchester City. So that's how I viewed it. You're at a team that has a low block, they give up possession. I was at a team that gave up possession, coming from a school that had possession. So it was very difficult for me. And the first year I wanted to transfer and go to a different school. And it was not until the other day I went to a different school called Missouri State. That was a team that was when I was like at Jamaica College where we controlled the game. Before at Memphis, we had a low block. We'd go up against team and I would just be defending 90 minutes in games and winning teams on counterattacks. And it was different. So as a player, you're coming from Jamaica, you're at a team that has possession, and then you come to college and you didn't know that, oh, boom, you're going to play on a team that doesn't keep the ball. It's a different mindset you have to have. And you have to give up something. You have to be selfless now because it's no longer about you, it's about the team. So that's something else you have to learn. And it's not every coach is like that. Some coach wants to play a low block. Some coach wants to play possession football. So it's different scenarios that when I came to college, I started realizing and started understanding the game, both as a player and as a coach. And I think that's something that players is going to have to start taking into consideration, moving from Jamaica if they want to get to the college route and also the professional level. Because it's not every school that you go to is going to be a team like that you expect. Because some school is just going to sit behind the ball and you're just going to have to be doing dirty work. And a player that likes to show himself on the ball goes to a school that doesn't have the ball. It's a totally different game now. It's like you're moving from, you can't see Maggie's potential if he's not on the ball. You can't see Alex Marshall if he's just defending. You're not going to see these players' ability. You get what I'm saying? So those are things that would kill a player's ability and kill a player's mindset and make them change. But you have to be strong mentally and just talk tight, dig deep and learn from it. It's probably, for me, I would say it's a beneficial way moving from a possession side to being defensive. Now I have both sides of me because I feel like being at the University of Memphis, it worked on me defensively. So now I'm defensively more stronger now. As I told you, I'm a center back now. So I got defensively stronger, being a more aggressive, more patient, more winning my one-on-ones, more stuff like that, duels more. Those are the things that matter at the next level if you want to be a defender. You have to be able to do those things properly. You can't just think, oh, you're going to play football. It's not all about playing football. It's also about winning those battles on the field. You 1v1, your aerial duels, your ground duels, your tackles, stuff like that, breaking up plays, interception. Those things matter too.
Yeah. I really admire your mindset in my little Sunday league or bush league ball game. I always want to play defense. I think defenders, and I go way old school. Paulo Maldini, way Costa Corta, Marvin Hagler from Reno days. Defenders to me, people who can actually tackle and win ball, man up one-on-one and take ball off people. Shut down the big ballers and say, yo, food. You don't see a lot of that in today's game with younger kids. I know my period, everybody wanted to be an attacker, but now even I think it's a bit worse now. It shows your adaptability and your passion for defending. But on a more personal level, I mean, what made you want to become a footballer? I mean, there are so many things out there regarding that I find very impressive about you. I mean, well-spoken young man, very smart youth, You were part. You did a stint at Man City's academy, a training stint based on some things that I read. You were part of the New York Red Bulls U23 squad setup. What made you want to go down this path, Maliek? Take on this thing of being a baller professionally.
My earpods just died, my bad. I think, to be honest, when I was younger, most of my family members were soccer players.
Okay.
And it was not until I was young, whenever kids would go to school and you had career day, my career day was me dressing up in a soccer jersey and bringing a football. So from a younger age, I always wanted to be a soccer player because I just grew up in a household that was full of soccer players. Roberto, Scarlett, Ricardo Gardner, Christopher Harvey, Jeremy Lynch, Lloyd Barker, all these guys. I was in household with these people. So it was just like something that I was just passionate about. It was just my dream to just be like my family members. Even the ones who people don't know, like my uncle, Richard Miller, those guys, they used to play soccer too. But there was also another side of my family that people didn't know about was speed. My mom was good at soccer. She had the opportunity to go to college, but she couldn't propel her dream because of me. She was pregnant with me at the time. So she was like a number 10 for Harborview, and she was also fast. So when I was growing up, soccer wasn't in my primary school. So I started doing track and field, and that's where I get most of my speed from. I had the ability to be a runner too. And then I just decided, my Achilles was giving way and my passion wasn't into track and field. I also did cricket, turned on national college for cricket. I was a good cricketer at Jamaica College. A lot of people know that. But my passion just wasn't into that sport. It was just into football. And that's what made me just stay committed and wanting to be a football player. Also seeing other people around me just being good and stuff like that, because I wasn't one of the best players. Like I told people, I told kids all the time, like I used to be one of those guys that, bro, you don't want me to be on your team. But what made me different was my mindset and my determination to always just work harder than everybody else and be willing to learn. And I think that's what put me front for a lot of guys, because I could name countless of players that when I was at under 15, under 17, under 13, like these guys were like, I was like, bro, I like this player is good. Like this player is really good. Like I want to be like him. Like I want to do this like him. I want to make the under 13 team. I want to be able to juggle the ball like him. But where are those guys now? Like it's all about the mentality. It's all about determination. It's all about just being strong.
Yeah, and the ability to adapt to the respective struggles. I mean, mad respect for the ability to go from different universities and ultimately with the Las Vegas Lights in FC out there. You joined this Las Vegas team in March of this year. Early part in the season, the USSL season, you guys are sitting in the 10th position in the league, in the Western Conference of the league. You've made nine appearances out of the 12 or 13 games. How has the season affected your growth and assimilating or blending into this new environment, because you just recently joined?
I think, to be honest, for me right now, I'm in the process where, one, it's my first contract. So I'm in the process where I'm not hungry, I'm not satisfied. I want to be starting. I want to move from here and go to bigger place. So that's one. That's the first thing. Two, the team right now is not like we're in 10th place and we're out of it. If we win 2 games, we're at third. Because the league I'm in, what I'm starting to realize is like it's not easy to win in the USL Championship. As much as you have a Premier League in Jamaica where it's top team, Mount Pleasant or Cavalier, it's probably not as easy, but you have a favorite. Mount Pleasant is going to beat the bottom of the table team. Mount Pleasant is going to beat this team. They're going to be the favorite. So, no. The league I'm in, it's not like that. It's not where, this team is going to run over this team. Nah, it's not like that. So that's what I'm saying. We're in 10th spot, but win 1 game or 2 games, and we're right in 3rd place. And it's the goal for my team right now is to make the playoffs. It's a new director, a new coach, new everything. So my team is in a building process right now too. And for me, as I said, I'm hungry to move from here. Like this is just the start for me. It's the start of something huge. I'm using it as a stepping stone. So every minute I get, I take. I've yet to have. I played nine games. I got hurt. The first game I started, I got hurt, so I was out for two. I played every game. Every game I played, I've yet to have a bad game against the guys. It's hard for me to say why I'm not starting or this or that. It's just football. I just have to keep working and stuff like that. But the guys who are in front of me are like 30, 33 ex big pro players. So I look at them, try to learn from them and improve from them because that's another part of it too. You can't just be like jealous or stuff like that. You know, it's all about learning and being a better player because I'm still young. I have a lot more age to go and a lot more opportunities will come my way. So that's what I take forward from it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely agree. You were called up for the Jamaica team in 2022. If I based on what I read, and of course you represented the Jamaican U20 team and U23. Ultimately, I envision that you're going to be getting more call ups in the near future. How do you keep a track of the Reggae Boys and World Cup qualifying game? Of course, starting tomorrow against the Dominican Republic. But do you keep close watch and still and interact with people of the team if you in the current squad if you know any members?
To be honest with you, my first call up was 2022, but my first call up to the national team was in 2018.
Okay, 2018. Thanks.
It was 2018, but I didn't get to play because I just started college at the time, and there was an issue with me leaving because of some eligibility stuff to go and play that game to get my first call up. So it
Okay.
wasn't until 2022 that I made my first debut against Peru. And yeah, I do still keep in contact with some of the guys, not all the guys. I was in the team from when the coach Algrimson first came. That was the Argentina game. That was Coach Algrimson first
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I was with them up until last year when I had some issues, and I've still been following up the team because Coach Algrimson is on something different. He's a special one. He's on something. He's gonna change the football and how people view Jamaica because I believe he's gonna take us to the World Cup. So I do still follow them. I do still remember everything he have showed me, showed us, because I think he always shows the players his style of play, his philosophy, and how he's planning to take these teams down one by one. I still remember everything and stuff like that. But as you say, I still just be patient and I'm waiting my turn to see if I will get a chance back again to represent my country because that's my dream. My goal is to make my national team and play in the World Cup. That was a dream from our kid, and I know it's gonna happen. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Big ups. Just a couple more questions. Thank you again for taking the time. We're with Maliek Howell of Las Vegas FC, Las Vegas Lights FC in the USSL baller. Big baller. Big baller. Young, upcoming, definitely next generation baller. Looking forward to watch. I will be watching more of the USL games. I do watch Phoenix Rising, and sometimes because of the time out west, it's kind of crazy. But we'll be watching you guys play Phoenix and the other teams. I noticed years ago you said that you know success is not just important to you; you also want to be impactful. To paraphrase, this was years ago when you were at North Mexico University. What would be considered an impactful thing for you when you sit back and look at this career, this journey?
The impact I wanna have is very crazy, you know. Like one of my dreams is to be the best defender in the world. And being the best defender in the world is gonna sound crazy and stuff. But if I could be the best defender in the world as a Jamaican from a small little island like that, touch a lot of people, kids, people who didn't believe in stuff like that. So I think if I could do something that big, I think that's very impactful for me, more than the success. And I think that's something that I'm aiming for right now to be the best defender in the world. So as every day goes by, as every day I train, I try to learn, take notes on stuff, improve on stuff, and pray to God and just see how things go from there. Because without God, I am nothing,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know with everything that's happened in the past for me and what's about to happen, I know the dream of being the best defender is very, very close.
Yeah. Yeah. Regarding your growth, which player do you try to emulate? Who do you look to? Who do you say this is somebody I try to mimic, whether present or past? Who do you try to emulate your game of, if any?
If I'm going to be honest with you, when I was younger, I used to be like, oh, I emulate this guy. But now that I've gotten older and the
Yeah.
football has evolved, I don't imitate anybody.
Yeah.
I try to learn from everybody.
Yes.
Some guys are good like this, some guys are good like that. But what you're starting to find out is that coaches are changing players.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's the tactics that the coaches want that brings out this player. So what I try to do is try to understand what they're doing, understand the game. That's what I try to do. I stop trying to imitate player. I want to be Maliek Howell. I used to want to be Kyle Walker. I used to want to be Zabaleta and those guys when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't beat them.
Pablo
I cannot beat Kyle Walker.
Zabaleta.
Yeah, I can't.
Yes,
I cannot beat those guys. You know what I mean? But what I can do is I can learn from them. So
Yes.
I try to learn from everybody because I told you I'm playing center back now. You see Kyle Walker invert sometime.
Yeah.
He's a right back, but
Yes.
he's playing center back. So I will try to learn stuff, what he's doing, what try to get that tactical side of the game. Why is he doing that? Stuff like that. John Stones, all these guys. It's more than just imitating them for me.
Yeah.
It's more understanding what they're doing and how they go about doing it, because that's what matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what matters. Some people see Arnold or people see like inverted Kyle Walker and don't know like he's in a specific spot every single time just to do one thing. So me imitating Kyle Walker, I'm not going to be in the same situation. Not Kyle Walker, Trent Arnold. Everybody know how good he is at his assisting stuff. But is it that I want to imitate him? How? Because I'm not getting myself in the same scenario as in a Jamaican Premier League to cross the ball every time. So how am I going to imitate him? Or am I going to try to be like him? I cannot be like him because I'm not doing the same thing as him. But what I can do is I can learn from him. You know what I mean?
Yes,
because he's in a specific. That's what I mean by the game is tactical. He's in a specific spot every time, and the ball comes back to do one cross. You're playing a league. You're not going to be able to do that every time, so you'll never imitate him. You're only telling yourself you want to imitate him.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you're
man,
playing
100%.
yeah.
Yes, definitely. Just one fun question before we go, Maria, before we wrap up. You're there. We over Vegas. We're from Yard. Of course, you've tried through different states in the U.S. How has it been? Miss the Jamaican food, brother. Miss like the whole heap of cook up, and the niceness and the spices. How is it, being in Vegas and away from that island, that the wonderful things about the island, including the food and aspect?
It's good because my wife, I teach her how to make Jamaican food, so it's good. It's not like I make Jamaican foods too, and there's Jamaican spots around here if I wanted to eat Jamaican food. So it's not as bad. To be honest, sometimes you have to just get out of your comfort zone and go for what you want. And if you can't be comfortable if you want to succeed, you can't be. So sometimes that's one of my biggest motivation. Like I don't care where I'm at, I don't care what I'm eating. I try to eat good or I'll try to still get something I like. But once I have a goal and a vision on something, that's what I'm going for. The food, the country, that will come. That will come back to me. I've lived it for 17 years, so what's going missing it for 10? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely. Yo, proud of your work. I am, by the way, big up. Thank you for taking the time. Big up, proud of your work. Keep charting your road and keep perfecting your craft, Maliek. Definitely, it's an absolute pleasure for you to join me today, man. This was very riveting discussion, and me I go watch Las Vegas Lights games, the games this weekend and games coming up, because you don't know I say, yo, Maliek want to get out there and shut them some boy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That
But
is it.
appreciate it, family. Take care of yourself and again, tread safely and all the best in terms of the career. See?
Appreciate it, Benton.
Yeah, man.
No, no
Bless up,
problem.
bless up. There you have it, football family. A wonderful discussion with Maliek Howell of Las Vegas Light FC in the USL. Excellent player, very wonderful young man. Yo, all of us are send positive vibes, and I definitely tell Maliek to keep chatting the road and continue to do excellent work from JC, Mizzou, now to Missouri University, now to Las Vegas FC, Lights FC. So big up Maliek. Definitely looking forward to see great things from this young baller in the Jamaican colors and in big leagues coming up. Connect with us on Ball Chat Podcast, on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on X at Ball Chat 1. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. You can also check us out on TikTok at Ball Chat _podcast. Yo, family, we're gone on the road now.